All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Webka, Kadash, and Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the logical gospel tongue. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwa, Fanase, Shalom. And this is a prophecy update as of June the 19th, 2026 on this Friday afternoon. And this is a news article from RT.com as of June the 19th, 2026, last updated June the 19th, 2026 from RT.com. It says UK to send Ukrainian 150,000 drones. It says the deal follows a Kyiv largest UAV attack on Moscow in years, and it's reportedly funding by frozen Russian assets. It says the UK will provide Ukraine with 150,000 UAVs by the end of the year. London announced Thursday following one of the Kyiv's largest drone attacks on Moscow since the start of the conflict. The package worth $996 million was announced by British Defense Secretary Dan Jarf, a meeting of the Ukrainian defense contact groups in Brussels, according to the British government, which had been among the Kyiv's most active military supporters. The package will be funded through London, 2.26 billion loan to Kyiv, backed by proceeds from frozen Russian sovereign assets. British officials presented the package, which includes drones, missiles, and radars, and necessary military support. In Kyiv, Councillor Rachel Reeves, Rachel Reeves, it says pleased that London would continue backing Ukraine and putting pressure on Moscow. Russia has long argued that continuing Western arms deliveries only prolong the conflict and undermining peace efforts.
Hello, Moto.
Slack your phone call. It says the announce comes after Moscow and the surrounding region was hit by one of the largest Ukrainian drone raids in recent years. Russia's air defense intercepted 194 drones approaching the capital overnight, according to the officials. But the attack will cause damage. Local authorities reported that one drone struck Moscow oil refinery in the Kapitolnaya, if I pronounced that right. It says triggering a fire while the burst damaged residential buildings, vehicles, and commercial sites, including several shopping centers. Residents in several districts also reported a black rain incident falling from the sky after a refinery blaze, with the local authorities advised people to keep windows closed and limit time outdoors. At least 17 civilians, including 2 children, were injured in the Moscow region. The raid was disrupted air traffic with the temporary restrictions and imposing at Moscow's airports. It says number of flights delayed for canceled. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov condemns the attack and said that Moscow would respond by changing its strategy and being regularly carrying out large-scale strikes and against the targets that directly affected the combat capability of the Ukrainian military. I have long been convinced that the words are not enough, Lavrov told reporters. Moscow has accused Ukraine of using a Western supply weapons, funding, and intelligence to carry out attacks on Russian territory and civilians' infrastructure. It says Russia officially has argued that continued armies delivered from the UK, EU, and NATO members, making what Western governments directly participate in the conflict and reduce the chances of a peace deal. Yeah, that's what's that? First Thessalonians, and then I'm gonna bring a video clip from Double 7 of a potential Russia's gonna respond back from that drone strike they did. Ukraine did over there in Moscow. First Thessalonians 5 verse 3: For when they shall say peace and safety, and that's what you had. As I was reading that paragraph, they were saying that rather than trying to reduce the escalation, they continue to further the escalations while keep on giving Russia military aid assistance, especially from these European Union countries and its allies of the rising tension they have against Russia. It says, for when they shall see peace and safety, sudden destruction come upon them, as a Jeroboam child shall not escape. And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but that it's not yet. Right, so it's going to come to pass, but not going to end just yet. So these rising tensions are still going to be heating up between Russia and Ukraine. It's not gonna let down anytime soon, because it's only going to continue to increase, and that's what we're seeing. Matthew 24 and verse 7: For nation shall rise against nation, right, the Russia-Ukraine situation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, because you had a 6.6 earthquake over there in the southeast part of Russia, and the heavy aftershocks of it as well too. And we've been seeing the famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places continue to increase well along with that as well too. So I'm gonna play this video clip from Double 7. So Slovakia for that. Yes, from Double 7. And this is like earlier.
Looking for streamers everywhere. Looking for streamers everywhere.
Looking for streamers? What do you mean?
Doesn't matter your height.
We could be seeing nuclear strikes here very soon, because it really does seem like Russia is going to respond with some kind of nuclear strike on Ukraine to end the whole thing. Now, we have fresh warnings out today. If you missed it yesterday, the largest onslaught of drones and bombs ever sent out of Ukraine and into Russia hit one of the biggest refineries. I dropped a video on that and covered it. And they have decimated Moscow. Moscow is burning. Today, right now as I speak, they're taking more hits, more incoming strikes. And the Kremlin saying that this is going to have absolutely catastrophic consequences, that they're backing them into a corner here to where the only thing that they can do is respond with one of their nukes. Some say that it's always been just that. That's been the test there to see if someone could coax Russia into using the nuke first, and then they would get wiped off the map in response. I'm going to say that if they use a tactical, small-scale weapon, may have nuclear components, but not the mushroom cloud nukes of Hiroshima. Those kind of weapons, if used the right way inside of Kiev, could dismantle the regime and could end the war. But nothing is going to end as long as Zelensky and all of his mini-me men are out there running around. If you don't know, Zelensky has more twins or doubles, so to speak, body doubles, than you're ever going to see, more than Slim Shady. Seriously, the guy has like a dozen in every place he walks into. And we've covered this before. It's pretty crazy. Never seen anybody with that many doubles. But when you're in an active war, living on the war front, I guess it makes sense if you want to survive. Because if he didn't do it, he would probably be dead at this point. They have been trying to take him out, and that's the closest target. I mean, they have Kiev kind of surrounded in terms of Russia right now. It would be kind of dumb here to stall out and not just finish the whole thing in terms of the military aspect. Again, as long as they're not tricked into any kind of traps here, they could. I see them bombing the holy crap out of Kiev at this point. Hypersonics, I'm talking pounding them out hard at this point. So the people in Kiev, all the innocent people visiting, I don't know why anyone would be on vacation there, but you need to get out. Because after all the years of war, in me reporting on this and watching this, I've never been at a moment where I really feel in my soul that Russia's about to lick them, and lick them hard. It's like you're not going to do this to Moscow to this extent and not suffer some kind of repercussion. So they're yelling at the West.
Hello, Moto.
NATO, they're saying you better back off. You better stop all the stuff. They were just trying to talk about peace, but you see what's going on here. It's like if you don't come to the table and talk peace the moment Trump demands it, this is what's going to happen. And don't get it twisted. The West started this, and they are fully behind every bit that is going on in Ukraine. And Trump tries to act like it's not his war. They don't have anything to do with it. Well, he could have relieved all pressure and de-escalated the whole thing if he truly wanted to. But that was never the plan. I'm telling you, the Chinese put on a rover pic a long time ago a little bitty mushroom cloud coming off the earth. All so subtly, you could barely tell it was there. But when you zoomed in and you looked to see where it was at, it was right in the area between Kiev and Moscow. Imagine that. Something is destined to happen. I'm warning you. And I'd get ready. They're not going to back down from here. They want war. That's all they want. And look at Hormuz. Oh, peace deal. Strikes continue. I mean, people got to be idiots out there to keep biting on the carrot on a stick every day that there's going to be peace tomorrow morning. There's going to be peace tomorrow morning. They have literally said it over 50 times at this point and gone against it every single time. How ignorant are people out there? This is to flip the world economy. It's what this whole thing is about. And in the process, it may lead to massive war. World War III, big war, whatever you want to call it. In my book, you've already entered World War III. It's just nukes haven't flown yet. And usually, that's the last chapter. So, people, get hip to what's going on here. It's a huge orchestration. And join me for the live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday where I got more time to cover this in greater detail. And have a plan for when something happens here in America. Because it's coming.
Let's look at Matthew 24, verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places." So yeah, what Dabo said was saying that this Russia-Ukraine situation, it might continue to intensify. Now, if they was going to have push forth a peace deal, that would have been the case. But they keep on arming Ukraine with missiles and drones and whatever case may be, and that's what we're seeing. You know, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, and verse 4. It says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. I will bring thee forth in all thy army, horse and horsemen, all of them clothed for all sorts of armor, even a great company buck and shields, all of them handling swords." Right, so Russia is going to continue to be in that warlike mindset while we're seeing the Russia-Ukraine situation is intensifying by the day. And then we're seeing NATO versus Russia and Belarus. That's been heating up as of lately as well, too. It's the book of Revelations 11 and verse 9. It says, "The one will pass, and behold, there come two wars hereafter." Right, so one will pass, and there come two wars here thereafter. Revelation 11, verse 14. "The second will pass, and behold, the third will come quickly." Right, so the second will pass, behold, the third will come quickly. So with that, hopefully this sit down, lesson was edifying of the prophecy updates as of June the 19th, 2026 on this Friday afternoon. So hopefully this was edifying. And with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, or Karkadash, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashwadash, the Holy Tongue, and I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Akim, Akwaf, to the next, I would say Kormesh Rala, and the Ball, and Shalom.